The fiberglass work on the tail is something that a lot of people wait to hit until they're doing all the fiberglass work all over the plane. I figured since I'm still waiting on my wings, I might as well get this out of the way. So I've purchased some necessary materials in order to get going on the fiberglass work. I'm going to outline what needs to happen on this, and then we'll get straight to it. There are two pieces of fiberglass that need some finishing work. The first piece goes on the horizontal stabilizer. That piece will need to be cut down, and then we'll need to fill in an end here that's finished. The second piece of this puzzle, it goes on the elevator. Now I've already trimmed this out a little bit, and so we have to finish everything that goes into this. And I still have yet to figure out exactly what I'm going to do here, but I think I have a pretty good idea. Before I start in with the music, I just wanted to remind you all, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you like what's going on here, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. I'm starting with the elevator fairing. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do here. I do know that regardless of how I approach this, I do need to fair this lead a bit. My idea from there is to simply create a fairly thin fiberglass face to this piece that very, very closely matches how I fair the lead. Okay, first up, no comments about excessive wardrobe changes. I'm trying to squeeze in 20 minutes here or there after work while I can. I'm hoping today I have a little more time to dedicate to this. I've also been dragging my feet a bit. I just don't know where to go with it, and I've been bashful about just making some cuts and moving forward. This is a lot thicker than anything I've worked with in the past. Used to doing this on a much smaller scale. I really should be picking up my garage, which I will do, but I'm just gonna go for it. Mix up some epoxy, lay this up as best I can. Should probably get some gloves on, and I guess I'm gonna leave it, let it dry. However long that takes. Okay, well, the fiberglass layup is curing. I am going to take the time to clean because this place is a freaking mess. So hopefully it works out. I'm sure there's gonna be a slew of people telling me I did it wrong because I think I did it wrong. But we'll see. I think it may turn out all right, and I think with some sanding and maybe a little filling, we should be okay. What you doing? All right, the glass is cured. Let's see if I can get it off or if it's stuck here permanently. Haha! That wasn't too bad at all. Alright, I got some trimming to do. We knew that was coming. Man, that is cool. So, I got the cap trimmed, sanded. There's a little bit of a lip here, and I'm not super happy with that, but I don't know if I can eliminate it entirely. I don't know, I think I might just have to live with it. I can mitigate it a little bit, sand it. What's left I've got to do the front half of this. I also have to cut out some of the lead on this side that I never did. I thought I'd be able to get this balance weight out a little easier than I can. I think I'm gonna have to do it right here on the plane. We'll see. So I outlined all this fiberglass work that I was going to do, and now you see me drilling into lead. This thing's been keeping me up at night. This was supposed to be cut in order to account for a lack of balance tab on this elevator. Less weight back there, less weight up here. Before it went on the plane, I thought it would be easier to take on and off. Even with the bolts removed, this sheet metal here is wrapping it in there pretty good, mixed with the countersinks up front, and it's sort of notched in there. So now I've got this nightmare of trying to figure out how do I cut this lead without torquing too much on this balance tab. I've tried just about everything in the shop. What you saw was the router, which was incredibly easy to do, but a lot of fine lead particulate on the ground and up here. Not ideal. I think what I'm going to wind up doing is a series of holes. You saw the first that I can connect with a hacksaw and just get this done by hand. That seems like it's going to be the easiest to manage, the least messy. Boy, I'll tell you, I can't win. I've fought this for days now, and I finally got the cuts made. And as soon as I took that piece of lead off, the elevator went like this. What's that mean? It means I took off too much lead. And after measuring, sure enough, I think I got a little off in my hacksawing, and I did. I took a hair too much off. Good news is I can take a little bit of this, bolt it in here. It'll get covered up by the fairing, the fiberglass tip, and nobody will be the wiser. Is it perfect? No. Has anything been perfect on this plane? No. Maybe by the 7th or 8th I'll have it down. But I think it'll be fine. I'm gonna keep pressing on. In here, we need a bulkhead or some fiberglass that'll kind of contour with this. Got some pink foam, and I'm gonna make a bulkhead sort of thing, if you will, out of the foam, get it formed and fitted. Before I can get the foam fitted, I need to make sure this piece of fiberglass fits in the tip. And in order to do that, I need to get it clecoed into place. In order to do that, I need to drill some holes. Okay, so the foam is in. It needs to be relieved a bit. You can see how tight that is. But the initial fit is there. Now we just gotta fine tune it. Cut it back a little bit to make way for the fiberglass that we're gonna lay over the top. Go from there. Yesterday we got this made. That needs to be glassed. I'm gonna hold off on the glass in order to be economical. Both of those are ready for glass, but I'm not, so we're gonna move to the other side and do all this exercise all over again. Hey, I wanted to take just a quick moment and note that when working with things like fiberglass and lead, you got to be really careful. They're not exactly great for your health. And I did want to make a note that Chomp Chomp was never allowed in the shop when there was particulates or particles on the ground of either of those substances, and the whole place gets sanitized before he's allowed to run around again. I got a lot of fiberglass going on. I think we're all prepped. Let's take a look. We've done one of these. This is exactly the same as before, so we're covering this tip. I got some spacing in there. I got some PVA applied. That should be pretty straightforward. Over here, I have these two set up, and we're just doing flat sheets, slightly concave, to dam these off. And then they will later get reinforced from the inside. Right now, we're only going to have this little bit of contact around the edge that's going to secure it. That foam will be removed, and then we'll hit the inside with some fiberglass tape. And then last, we have this guy, and it's going to get that reinforcement that those others will get later. I'm going to do that this time around to better secure this. And I may do one more layer on the top here, and then that will allow me to somewhat sand it into shape a little better than what it is now. Now, once that's all done, it's going to cure. We'll trim some of this back, and then some of it's going to get filled. Actually, a lot of pieces are going to get filled with epoxy and flocks or micro balloons, and that'll allow us to really get all this into shape. Right now, I'm going to do my best to do all that in one go. Let's see how that works. Let's see how we did. It's sturdy. It's nice. Same thing. A little bit of foam left in there. Overall, pretty clean. I'm happy with that one. We'll end this one with me beginning the sanding and fairing process of the tips. Next time we'll pick up with me adding way too much epoxy filler to these things and then having to sand it all off. If this episode felt long, well, it was. But it only took you like 20 minutes to get through. I've been laboring on these frickin' things for weeks. There was a trip in there. Well, two really. One with me, the pilot, and one with me, not the pilot. You guess which is which. I did wear my pilot hat to the one in which I was not the pilot in hopes I'd be recruited as the pilot. It didn't work. It just pissed people off. The way I filmed these this time around made editing excruciatingly difficult, and I'm going to learn from my mistakes there. Hopefully the video turned out okay anyways. There is hours of footage that was cut, if you can believe it. It wasn't that much fun for me to watch, and so it really wouldn't have flown with y'all. I'd love to get back to real building, but Van says it's still going to be some time, up to another month or so until I get my wings. Hang tight, and in the meantime, we'll try to wrap up this fiberglass work, and I will try to bitch about it as little as possible.